U.S.-China relations.
Taiwan, climate change,
AI. We have a phrase called POFMA. It has become a verb. I can POFMA you.
Don't say we cannot do anything. You can help that formula. Just become the direction. And it doesn't have to be tomorrow.
As diplomats, you're supposed to say something when there's nothing to say. And
have you ever asked yourselves, what would Lee Kuan Yew do? What would he have said? What would, and does that provide some sort of guidance for you as well?
He would share his views, but he would always say, you decide, because you are in the driving seat now. You have to make the decisions.
In my several occasions in talking to him, I feel that he's very honest and straightforward. In Chinese, we should say, 实话实说，直言无隐，这是我们喜欢他的地方。
He was asked by some journalists once what he thought of himself as this world statesman. And he said, statesman? I'm not a statesman. I just work hard, I'm consistent, and I'm persistent. I want to get things done. That is all. Then he added, and anyone who thinks he's a statesman should see a psychiatrist.
Wang Qishan took us out to the courtyard and looked at us and said to me, he said, 洪大使，你不太了解，我们中国也有政治。
The world need to realize that we are at a very, very tense and dangerous moment.
I'm very pessimistic because I think leaders with thin-skinned and 面子的问题, they get painted into corners where they have to act. It's very dangerous.
I feel very, very strongly that all of our diplomatic efforts, whether they're from the United States, from People's Republic of China, and from other countries, including Singapore and Australia, should be directed towards keeping the temperature of relations between mainland China and the United States as low as possible.
How do you see generative AI? Do you think it's a good thing for human beings, for our society?
You can't put the genie back into the bottle. I think many of us have watched the movie Oppenheimer. It began with Prometheus, who stole fire and was punished because fire can do a lot of good, but can also kill and destroy humanity. AI is the same. We can't uninvent fire. It's out. We've got to live with it. Our moral sense has got to catch up with it. But you'll be abused. Assume that you'll be abused. But it's also capable of doing great good.
Number one, those who can collaborate with environment will flourish.
We study nuclear carefully. We open the page. We look at it. We look at it. We look at it. We keep looking at it. And when nuclear is safe enough, we will consider it seriously. But we are seriously alternative energy disadvantaged.
How can a small country like Singapore, play its part when actually it cannot make that much of an impact by itself?
We are an insignificant part of global emissions, like 0.5% or less. So even if we all stop breathing, it won't save the world. That's a reality. And yet, we all have to do our part.
Will China use force to take over Taiwan? Well, it depends on what Taiwan does.
For those of you who are concerned about the situation, not just Asia, but also the world, to encourage Taiwan and mainland China to meet, to have a dialogue, and to try to find out the solution.
We were very happy on 2 occasions to play host in Singapore. If the circumstances just dictate a further meetings in future, we'll be very happy to be the party sitting there, providing the room and pouring the tea.